Today I am sharing a swatching video. I did not enjoy this. This was so frustrating. And it wasn't really tedious. I actually kind of like assembly line style things, processes, whatever, but it was very frustrating. So I think there's a trick with swatch sticks that I don't know yet. And I don't know if that's that I need to prime them in some way or what, but I'm going to look up how to actually do it because I just sailed in assuming I could figure it out, and it did not work very well. Let me show you what I did. First, I took some cardstock. I was actually at my scrapbooking desk when I recorded this, and I cut it into 1/4 inch by 3 inch strips. Now the 1/4 inch, I fussed a little because my adhesive I was going to use is 1/4 inch wide, and I wanted to have a little more coverage. I didn't want to have to line it up perfectly. It still was kind of a mess. And I have a different plan for next time. All right, so then I took those 1/4 inch strips and I went ahead and wrote the name of the polish. I do have a label maker, but it's so expensive, like the tape, and it can also be very fiddly. And I felt like this was actually easier for me to do. So that's why I did this. So then once I finished writing all of my blue polishes down, I opened up my swatch sticks. I had done some swatching very early on in my nail polish hobby, and so I tried to reuse where I could. Some of them were broken, or I messed up during this labeling process, or something went wrong, so I couldn't use all of them. But I counted how many polishes I had left to do, and I went ahead and made new swatch sticks for all of those polishes. I think I had 17. So I took the swatch stick, and then I'm using my ATG adhesive tape gun to roll a 1/4 inch clear double-sided adhesive onto the bar. So I did that, and then I went through and I stuck, you can see I changed kind of how I was doing it. So sometimes you're going to see the back side and it has writing on it, but that's fine. We'll all survive. And I had to peel and redo, and there's extra adhesive kind of all around these labels, and there's no super easy way to remove them. So next time I'm going to take my labels and just apply the adhesive to the label so I can kind of pick off any overage before I put it on. If you're wondering, like, why would there be overage? Because I'm clumsy, and I would roll weird and it wouldn't be perfectly straight. But the strips are perfectly straight, so then they wouldn't cover some of the adhesive on the swatch stick, despite my best intentions. All right, so now I'm actually starting to swatch, and I decided this would be a good time to also clean my bottles. So I'm using a dry Kleenex just to wipe the dust off of the caps and the top of the bottle, and then I'm using acetone on a cotton pad to clean the top of the bottle. I pour my acetone, I decant it into, I think it's probably like a liquor bottle. It's a really pretty cut glass bottle. It's like, I don't know, 10 inches tall, and I love it. It looks really pretty in my space, and it's very convenient to use. So that's what you see there. But here you can see, like, I was fussing so much with it, and I kind of lost track, honestly, of exactly how many coats I did every time. It was bordering on 3. Then I just kind of did the math, excluding the ones I'd already done, that kind of thing, to figure out how many coats I got to use during this whole process. So I'm looking at a smaller version of the video while I do my voiceover, and for where I'm at, it looks fine. Those nails that I've done so far, the swatch sticks, look fine. However, I would hold them up to the light or just pick them up and put my hand behind, and they were patchy as hell. So I need your best tips for this. Like, am I supposed to like take a fine grit sandpaper and sand these a little bit? Or like, just, is there some trick that I don't know to this? It was messing me up to like do one coat and then come back later. It was just really interrupting my flow state. I never got into flow state with this project. It was so frustrating. Also, as I swatched, there were polishes that I was like, oh no, this is purple, or this is more of a blue green. And so I pulled those out for use when I get to the purples and the blue greens. Anyway, I persevered. And those are my completed swatch sticks. These are the 4 that I ended up pulling out because I felt they pulled more purple, blurple, or blue-green. And then this is how they look on the swatch ring, which is very satisfying, I will say. That part, I love it. I love it. I like to see them and know what I have, and it's just pretty. So that part I do like, and it will be worth it ultimately, especially when I get over this like learning curve hump thing. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time, and I'll introduce my February polishes and we'll go from there. I'm hoping I can squeeze one more January manicure in. You can go to my Instagram to see that. It's the same username, Vexangel Nails. And yeah, I think it's everything. All right, I will see y'all next time. Bye.